Hello everyone, I am Kantaraju NP, Assistant Professor, Ananya Institute of Commerce and Management. In this video, I am going to explain steps or process involved in decision making, the meaning of decision making. Every action of a manager is generally an outcome of a decision. Whatever manager does, he does through making decision, because manager always looking to prepare the policies or the procedure in order to meet the organization requirements through their plan of actions. That's why he has to decide course of action relating to their future operations. So that's why decision making is not an easy task for the manager. He has to collect the vast information from the environment, and he has to study, and he has to frame the best future course of action for the future operations. Decision making can be regarded as the cognitive process that resulting in the selection of a course of action among the several alternatives. That means decision making is a cognitive process. Manager has to collect vast information and study it, which is useful to us in order to make the better plan of action to decide their future course of action. So that's why selection is the best, which one useful to you. Then next I am moving to talk about the steps or process which are involved in decision making. Okay, see, every decision making behind there is a purpose, because they need to implement the better plan of action which related to their future course of action. First step, they need to identify the problem. See, identification of the problem is not an easy task to the manager. It is an intellectual process. He has to find the environment, he has to study the environment, he has to collect the many information, he has to search it where the problem is exist. And traditionally, we are finding the problem by three ways. Then, when there is a deviation in our plan, that is the one. Then, when there is a decline in sales volume, or have we received any complaint from the customer? By these three ways, we are going to identify the problem. The next, second step, we are moving to the diagnose the problem. Diagnose the problem means once you identify the problem, we are not satisfied with the problem, then we are not going to find the solution for that problem. You need to diagnose it properly, because of whether this problem is really exist or not. You need to check it. Then you need to understand clearly, thoroughly the problem of the organization. Then only you can go to the develop the alternative. That's why in the second step, you have to understand the problem, because popularly says that when we understand the problem, 50% of the solution we can be completed easily. So that's why from the first step and second step, you need to identify the problem, and the step 2, you have to understand the problem properly. Then only you move it to the developing the alternative for such problems. So step 3 is that developing the alternative solutions or course of actions to your problem. Then what are the ways are there to you, or what are the ways are available to you to develop the alternatives? In traditional practices, we move with two ways. One is review the past experience when we face similar situation, or carefully examine the practice of other company whenever they face the similar condition. But unfortunately, today these modern entrepreneurs are not accept these two traditional ways, because yesterday is not equal to today's environment. Then other companies' strategies may not suitable to our capabilities. That's why these two ways are failed to provide alternatives. Then what is the best method for you to develop the number of alternatives? That is brainstorming. You are inviting the experts, put a problem in front of them, they are going to develop the number of alternatives to a single problem. That's why you are going to do brainstorming activity in order to develop the number of solution to your single problem. That means you have ample of solutions on your hand. Then once solutions are developed by doing the brainstorming activity, you are not satisfied with that. You need to measure and compare the consequences of each alternative solution. That is step 4. That means measure the comparing the consequences of alternative solutions. How you are going to judge the worth of the each solution? Again, there are two ways traditionally. One is by acceptability and another one is quality. If your problem relates to a human matters, if your problem relates to HR issues like working conditions and office layout, that it should be accepted by all your employees of the organization, then your solution is accepted by each employee or not. You have to check it, compare it, okay, measuring it, whether it is accepted or not. Then if your problem or the solution relates to an machinery or an equipment or material, that should be go with checking of quality. So that's why you have to do by acceptability and quality. If your problem relates to human matter, that it should be accepted by the each employees. If your problem related to machinery, equipment or any item, that it should be quality oriented. So when your solutions are not belongs to these two sectors, then you have to move with experiment. By doing the experiment, you can get the best results. So such best results that will help you to implement the solution in your organization. That means in step 4, measuring and comparing the consequences of each alternatives by, if it is human matters, go with acceptability. If it is relating to machinery or any equipment, it belongs to quality. If both fails to give a solution, then you go with experiment. Then you can check the entire alternatives, which one is suitable to you. The next step 5 we move with, choose among the alternatives. Once you compare and measure the each alternatives which is available from the brainstorming activity, you can come to know that this is the best method for me to adopt, to implement in our organization. You are selecting which one is according to your strength. Choose among the alternatives according to your strength. Then next, convert your decision into effective action. That is the step 6. Convert your decision into effective action means to say that whatever you decide, that should be communicate all section of employees to the organization, because ultimately the action will be implemented by employees. That's why you need to get the acceptance from them. Nobody will going to resist until you are going to communicate such a decision to the employees. So that's why you have to convince them to implement such plan of actions in our organization in order to do the smooth functioning of the organization. That's why convert your decision into effective action. Then finally, review your decision and its consequences. Once you implement it in your organization, don't stop, because of your decision may take somewhere deviations. So your job is you have to follow up with your decision. You have to go with your decision. Check every day whether this action is taken place in a right place or not, in right way or not. If you find any deviations in your plan, you have to go with corrective actions for that. Then if it is going in a smooth way, then you have to measure its consequences on productivity or profitability, whatever it is, you have to compare it and measure it. So that's why in order to do the decision making, you have to go with these 7 steps. First of all, you have to identify the problem. That is very, very important, because of without problem, how can we solve the problem? So how can we prepare the plan of action for that? So that's why you have to identify the problem first, then diagnose the problem first. That means you need to understand it properly. Then step 3, developing the number of alternatives or course of action as possible. because of one solution which will not suitable to your organization. You need ample of solutions. You have to select the best one. For that purpose, you need to develop the number of alternatives, call the experts, find the different ways to solve this problem. So developing the alternative solutions or course of action in step 3. Then whatever you are going to develop the solution, you need to compare the consequences of each alternatives, because of we need to respect the each alternative which you have developed in step 3. So you have to compare the consequences of each alternative solution in the step 4. Then choose among the alternatives which one is suitable to you. Then convert your decision into effective action. Bring that action by convey the plan of action to the all section of employees, and finally review your decision and its consequences in order to find the deviations and go with the corrective actions, and you have to measure the results of such plan of action. Thank you.